What's the answer? What do I do when I find myself in this victim mentality? Here's what he did. Verse 26. Help me, O Lord my God. O save me according to thy mercy, that they may know that this is thy hand, that thou, Lord, hast done. Let them curse, but bless thou. When they arise, let them be ashamed, but let thy servant rejoice. Let mine adversaries be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion as with a mantle. I will greatly praise the Lord with my mouth. Yea, I will praise him among the multitude. Now all of a sudden, he's starting to get a shift. Now all of a sudden, he's gone from being emotional. And then his emotions drive him. Now he's starting to drive his emotions. Listen carefully. He's still emotional. But instead of letting his emotions drive him, now he's going to drive his emotions. If you can learn that little secret, you'll find yourself in a whole lot better shape in a lot of situations. And so then your emotions drive you, you drive them. You put your emotions under subjection to you, not you under subjection to your emotions. Because your emotions will ruin you. It has ruined more families. It has ruined more marriages. It has ruined more jobs. I remember watching out there when I was at Fountain. There were people out there because it was race season or show season, and there was a whole lot of tension through that place. I seen people get mad, and the boss man get mad, and the guy hadn't really done anything that bad. And he'd get mad and go, "You're fired!" Really? Or, "I quit!" Really? I went by one day and the vice president engineer and the COO, the two of the biggest guys in the company, were standing right there, and they were upset about something that had happened in engineering. And while they were upset about something happening in engineering, one of my people happened to walk by. And it wasn't their fault, they happened to get involved in this. As I come by, and they said, "Come here, David, shut the door." I got outside, shut the door. And the COO and the vice president engineer looked at me and said, "We need you to do something." I said, "What?" They said, "We need you to fire this person." I said, "Fire?" They said, "Yeah, they were involved in this." I said, "No, they weren't." They said, "Yeah, we want you to go fire them." And I said, and they looked at me and said, "You hear us?" Had to be God. I said, "I'm not firing them." And they said, "No, you're going to fire them." I said, "No, I'm not. They're not being fired. I'm here arguing with the vice president engineer and with the COO. They said, "No, you're going to go fire them." I said, "I told you I am not going to fire them. It's nothing worth being fired over. I'm not going to fire them. You want to fire them, you go fire them, but I'm not going to fire them. Matter of fact, I'm taking up for them." And they just kind of looked at me. And I shut the door behind me and I went, whew. And I walked in my office, I'm thinking, maybe when I get back, me and her both will be fired. As far as I know, she's still working there. But again, emotions can cause a whole lot of problems. You got to keep your emotions in check. And so here, David's keeping his emotions in check now. So watch this. I love this. Here's what he did. Watch this. First thing he did, step one, acknowledge. You say, "What you got to acknowledge?" Let me just show this to you now. How many times in the last week have you blamed the devil for everything that happened to you? "Oh, the devil's just getting me. 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 Oh, the devil's after me." Of course he's after you. Of course he wants to hurt you. Of course he wants to kill you. But does he do everything that's happened to you this week? Has he done everything? Has he actually been the instigator in every problem you've had this week? I can give you a good spiritual word. You remember spiritual word? You won't forget it. Remember this. The next time you want to be saying that the devil's done all this to you and he's in total control, he's got this all under control, he's got it. I want you to remember the spiritual word. It's Hebrew. Hebrew redneck. Ready? Hogwash. Hogwash. First David did was, watch this. First, see, before he had his emotions under control, when he was letting his emotions dictate to him, he said, "Kill him, Lord! Don't just kill him, stomp him, burn him, hang him, then pull him up and cut his head off and put him back down again. Take his kids and let them suffer what their dad did and just go on, don't ever stop." And now, he's getting his emotions back under control. And then he's getting his emotions back under control because whatever happened was so severe that he just couldn't handle it. And so again, the thing might be a dough egg. When dough egg killed a priest, I'm not sure exactly. It doesn't say exactly what it was. But still, here it is. He went from, I'm not going to touch God's anointed to kill him. But he got his emotions back under control. He put his emotions back where they belong. Once he put his emotions back where they belong, he leading them and not them leading him. First thing he did was, there was an acknowledgement. Watch what the acknowledgement is. Ready? David, watch this. Don't miss this. Please don't miss this. David acknowledged that in everything that happened to him, listen carefully. You want to get out of your victim mentality, listen to me. We think it was our Uncle Tom or Uncle Sal or Aunt Sally. They're the ones that done all this to me. Or the devil has just beat me up. And he just beat me. Hell, the guy, the devil won't stop beating me. Acknowledge number one in everything that happened to you. Now, somebody's going to get upset right now, I believe, but that's okay. You'll get over it. Ready? Number one, God is aware of everything that happened to you. He didn't slip by and go, you know what, I didn't see that coming. I can't imagine God looking over at Jesus in his right hand going, hey, I didn't see that coming. Wow. What are we going to do, Holy Ghost? I didn't see that coming. God's aware of it. But here comes the hard part. We say it out loud. God allowed it. Why would God allow Satan to attack me? Do you know that the greatest tool for your growth is adversity? It will grow your faith faster than anything in your life is adversity. Not by God giving you everything you ask for. That's not all it does, make you a spoiled child. It makes God a heavenly sugar daddy. What will make you grow faster than anything? What will help you more than anything? What will make you stronger than anything? What will make you the mighty man, the mighty woman of God more than anything is adversity. And so God is aware of the adversity that's coming. He was aware of what was happening to David, and he allowed it because if it was going to turn out negative, then God would have said no. There's a lot of things that happen to you just this day, and God said no. You don't even know. If you could look around, you can see the angels fighting around us, and the demonic forces trying to stop and trying to suffocate, and God pulling them away. We can't even see all that's going on around us in the heavens. But God is aware of everything you're going through, and if something happened to you, even if you brought it on yourself, God allowed it. But he allowed it for a purpose. And that purpose was to help you. So, watch this. God's aware of it. God allowed it. And God prepared him for it. Whatever has ever happened to me, I can look backwards, and I see where God was preparing me for this adversity. Preparing me for what was going to happen, to get me ready. So when it happened, it may have seemed like a surprise to me, but it was not a surprise to God. God allowed it because God said he needs to learn this lesson. You know, I can think about times D.C. I remember this so vividly. I have a 12-gauge shotgun, single-gauge shotgun, Ithaca. 12-gauge without a recoil pad. It's called a recoil pad, but it can't be. There's no spring. The only spring I get is in my arm. And I can go squirrel hunt, shoot it 3 times, and I'm bruised for 2 weeks. I bought DC a 20 gauge. DC would shoot that thing, and I'd shoot my 12 gauge and go, boom. And DC go, oh, Daddy, you're a wimp. I said, I'm not a wimp. He said, watch this, take his 20 gauge and go, boom, 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 boom. I said, nah, no, son. He said, let me shoot that 12 gauge. I said, I don't think so. Your mom will kill me. He says, no, Dad, let me shoot it. I said, Mama's going to shoot me if I let you shoot that thing. He said, Mom, Daddy, please, one time. And after a long, many times him doing this, finally one day we're in the backyard, he said, Daddy, let me shoot it one time. I can handle it. You're a wimp. I can handle it. I said, all right. Not only I gave him a shotgun, but I gave it to him buckshot in it. He puts this up here and goes, you know how this he smiles like I got this? You know how this does? He did that, but from the time he was a little bitty thing. He gets up here and he goes, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and I could see it still in slow motion. I saw it in slow motion, then I can see it now. He pulls that shotgun up, and he goes, pow! And when he does, I watch. I'm going to turn this way off his. I watch in slow motion. I watch him, his arm go back about a foot. His shoulder go way over back there. And they turned around and went, oh no. And then finally he pulls it back up and he goes, he takes it and goes, take this down. And I said, what's wrong, son? Is Dad a wimp? He said, no, Dad, you ain't no wimp. I said, what's wrong with your arm? He says, I don't think I'll be able to use it again, ever. So all I said to him was, I said, hurt, didn't it? You know what? He never asked me again to shoot that shotgun. And all the shotguns he has now, you can hold them and go boom, 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 boom. The 12 gauges too, boom, 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 boom. He gets his big old recoil pads. I think he even gets extra springs put in it. Boom, 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 boom. But you know what? Sometimes God does the same thing with us. Won't listen. You got it. You know what you're doing. You got this. So God says, okay, go ahead. And then, after you pull the trigger, you realize that wasn't a smart move. But you can't just throw the gun down. See, whatever happens, God's aware of it. God has allowed it because the Bible says in Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of them that are love the Lord are called according to his purpose. All things, meaning the good, the bad, and the ugly, all of them work together, all of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to bring something special. So God allows, is aware of it, he allows it, and he's already prepared you for it. Then you can watch this. Think about Job. Here's Satan walking back to and from the earth doing his thing, and he goes up to God and he says, and God says, well, have you considered my servant Job? He says, I can't touch him. You got a wall around him. I can't touch him. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll move the wall down, and you can touch him. Touch anything you got, you just can't touch him. He says, you do, and he'll curse you. He says, no, he won't. And so in a matter of 24 hours, he's lost everything he's got. He comes back and God says, see, he didn't curse me. So he says, okay, let me touch his body. He said, touch his body, but you can't take his life. He said, he'll curse you then. He didn't curse you. You see, let me tell you something. Job teaches us something. David is teaching us something here. Watch this. Listen to me. See, it was God that allowed the trauma in Job's life. He even called it out. Satan did the work. Just remember this. Satan may have his finger, you hear me say it all the time. Satan may have his finger on the trigger, but God has his hand on the throttle. Always. Satan may be pulling that trigger, but he can't do it so much because God has got him. Amen? So watch this. Listen to this. Acknowledging that God is in the middle of all this mess that's happening. He's allowing it. Didn't say he started it, but he's allowing it. Didn't say he did it, but he's allowing it. If he's got all power, then he's allowing it. He's aware of it. If he's got all knowledge, he's aware of it. If he's got all power, he allowed it. And preparing him for it. So the next time you're being hit below the belt, remember that. And as soon as you acknowledge, God, you're still in control. You still got this. You see this. Obviously, it's going to be for my good. And because it's for my good, I'm going to acknowledge that you're in control. Guess what you've already done? You've taken power away from your enemy. Wow. Wow. And not only that, watch this. The victim mentality has no power over you if you'll begin to transition, and you'll begin to transition from victim to victor. Because now you're going to say, God, I thank you that although you may not have done this, you allowed this. And because you allowed this, then you've allowed this. There's stuff in here. You've already provided a way of escape that I can bear up under the load. Number two, verse number 1, acknowledge.